It was obviously a big win for us because we have so much respect for DePaul's program. They're well coached. They've got a storied history here. They've got some really good players. We knew we were going to play very well to be in the game. And in a lot of ways, that's what we did. But we're just pleased to get a victory against a well-coached team.
What helped force all the turnovers tonight?
Well, they got such good drivers, so we wanted to put an emphasis on guarding people with more than one person. We talked a lot this week in practice about they're very talented in all positions, and so we didn't think that we could guard them one-on-one, so we really tried to get in the gaps. The byproduct of that is I thought they got a lot of shots that they missed, and we were fortunate tonight that they missed some good shots, but give our guys credit because I think they forced some of those misses.
Paul shot 8 free throws in the first 9 or 10 minutes, then only 8 free throws the rest of the way after that. Was that part of a defensive adjustment, or was it something their offense changed? What do you think caused that?
It wasn't necessarily an adjustment, but it was a focus in our game plan. I think DePaul does a lot of good things, but right at the top of that list is they get to the free throw line a lot on offense. So a big emphasis in our game plan was trying not to foul them. Easier said than done, but I thought as the game went on, we did a better job showing our hands. We took some charges tonight, which really helped our defense. But it was an emphasis to try not to foul tonight. That's probably the biggest statistic because we kept them off the free throw line more than they're used to being. That really played in our favor.
What about the bench points tonight? You guys outscored DePaul 27-4. How huge was that also factoring into your win?
Yeah, the identity of our team offensively is our depth. We don't really have a starting five. We've got 12 players that we think can play, and we trust all of them at any given time. And so, you know, one of the many things I learned from Coach Knight was the value of a six-man. The first coach who did it really on the national level was Coach Arbach. You know, Havlicek was the sixth man. He might have been the best player on their team. And we really take that same philosophy over the years with our teams. We want some of our better players coming off the bench, and that's certainly the fact with us. With Marcus Johnson, our leading scorer, comes off the bench. The key to that is how unselfish our guys are. You know, we're a first-year program. A lot of guys come from different places, but right now, early, we're really playing for each other, and the unselfishness of our team has been something that I've really enjoyed as their coach.
I know you've got a lot of newcomers on the team. How do you manage in such a short time to really get that unselfishness? I know you guys communicate really well to play the defense and level you play.
Yeah, a lot of prayer. Every night before I go to bed, I pray for my three daughters, Avery, Ella, and Margot. Then I pray for our team to be unselfish. We don't have the names of our players on the back of our jerseys. That's by design. We really want these guys to play for Little Rock. And so far, in this early season, that's exactly what they're doing. And the unselfishness of this team has been a real key to our early success.
Obviously, being undefeated still, one of 8 undefeateds left in the country. Are you like trying to look at everything just from a game-by-game standpoint, just not looking at the future or looking at the media or what everybody else is saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Could you come speak to our team here in a few minutes? Verbalize that. No, that's exactly what we're doing. And it sounds kind of like a coaching cliche, but it's just the truth. We talk a lot about the process. We never talk about anything but the next game coming up. We never talk about anything about try to improve that day. And I've always thought when you do that, you know, the byproduct can be winning, and that's what our guys are doing. So our next approach will be the next game next week, and that'll always be, you know, the approach is as long as we're at Little Rock. You know, it's a game-by-game approach, not just with our team or our coaches, but really our program. And the guys have bought in. Give our players all the credit. They're the ones that have bought in.
You've gone on the road now and defeated 3 pretty good programs in DePaul, SDSU, and Tulsa. What do you think that just says about validating the start? Because sometimes it's been major starts like this, and people wonder if they're as good as their record. So what do you think this says about your team?
Yeah, I don't think we're any better than anybody else. I got so much respect for everybody in college basketball. As a matter of fact, Coach said a few words to me after the game that really meant a lot to me because I have a lot of respect for him and his career and how his teams play. And it's just a matter of time until DePaul's back. But with that being said, you know, playing on the road is something that we've always addressed. We talk about it in the recruiting process. We talk about it in practice every day. I remember as like a young kid playing sports, I never understood the whole idea of playing different on the road or at home. I just don't buy it. The goals are 10 feet. The officials are the same at home and on the road. And, you know, our guys, if anything, we enjoy playing on the road. And, you know, with our scheduling philosophy, you can tell we don't mind playing on the road. But again, give our players all the credit. They're the ones that deserve it.
Any more questions? Thanks, Coach.
So where's the best Chicago pizza in town? We're taking our team.
Lou Malnati's.
What was it called?
Lou Malnati's.
Thank you very much.